Hi everyone. Now, I held this fly up the other day there. It was one of the flies I've been catching on, my first day on the river really this season. Now, I do have this fly. It was a stone clinger nymph. Basically, this is it here. This is just a version of it. It's just I haven't marked along the back, and I've left out the partridge hackle. So basically, I'll put a link to the stone clinger. If you leave out the partridge hackle, just use the dubbing and the tail and everything else, it's the same basic fly. Now there is quite a few different versions of these at a tie, and I did mention about the blends, and some of the questions I got asked was about how do I blend the feathers. Now I'm going to show you, this is a dyed olive CDC feather. I got this from a company in Ireland called Premier Angling. I'm going to show you how I use it up. This is a good way to, the tip you can either use as a hackle or you could use it as a tail. So I'm using the fibres along the bottom of the feather to blend into a natural dubbing, and then I'm using the tail, which I say you could use as a hackle at the top or you could use as a tail. It works really well. I'll show you how to do it. Now I'm going to use a light coloured thread. This is a light Cahill. Hook size I'm using is a 16. This is a Czech nymph. It's a wide gape hook. It's really good. I like using it in nymphs and such. I use it in dries even. That's a good hook. It's a versatile hook for certain styles of flies, and this I do like it. So size 16, 14 is the two main sizes I'd use. The bead I'm using, this is a 2.8 in this case. It's a good weight for off the bend of a dry fly. If you're fishing a dry dropper, it's a kind of. I have used the heavier one, but to be honest with you, 2.8 is easy to manage on a dry dropper. Now, wax your thread. It's always important to get a good grip. Start at the bead. I'm just going to work our way down. Just come around the bend a wee bit. You've got a really well open bend there, so it's good for hooking up. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to remove the fibres either side of the feather, and I'm going to lay that on my desk. I'll show you once I've trimmed it away. Just lay it on your desk. So we've got the tail, the tip of the feather, which I'm going to use as a tail. As I did say, you could use as a hackle at the top as well, and put on some other tail fibre. It's up to yourself, but this is just a plain fly. I'll put a thorax cover on it just to give it more some sort of darken the thorax area. But anyway, we use this as the tail. Tail length, you don't want it too long, but at least the body length, say half the shank in this case, or the body length I would say would be the ideal. So I'm just going to pull it in. I usually like to come underneath it with a wee turn to basically it lifts the fibre a wee bit. It does it more with a stiffer fibre, but it's amazing how these flies work. And I do like the CDC on the tail. Now a lot of people do ask me as well, why am I using a CDC on a nymph, on a wet fly? Obviously it's meant for dries, but normally if you buy CDC it is for a dry fly. But it works out really well in nymphs, wets. It's just a great mobile fibre. Now, what I've got here, this was what the other question was about, the dubbing. Now, the dubbing, this is just, it could be any natural fur. This one's from a hare's mask. Now, I have to remove the fur from the mask, and then I've blended it, and it's quite coarse, as you can see. It's got quite a stiff fibre in it. The fibres are cut away from the CDC feather. I blend into the hare's mask. Now, the more hare's mask you put in, the more it'll be that colour. But if you're kind of like 50-50, you'll get a nice mix of both. It's easy to blend within your fingers. I'll lay that at my desk. Now, rib, it could be a wire rib. It could be, you see me using I've got it here, which is it's really good rib. The Uni-Mylar Clear. This or Uni-Mylar anyway. It's basically a clear wrap. Now it colours up extremely well, so what I'm going to do is put it into the wee slot in the side of because of the size of the fly I want to stretch it and reduce the width. The thinner it is, the more turns you'll get. So you can use it straight as it's a medium wire thickness, so you could easily rib this fly with it, but I want maybe a turn or two more, so by stretching it out it'll give you that. So make sure it's secure. So my dubbing blend is here, so just lightly dub it on, slide it up. Dubs really well. Actually dubs easier, the CDC, if you're mixing it into something else. And you want a nice, don't be shy with the thickness of the body of these flies at this time. Want a nice taper in it. It's a carrot shaped type body. Now I like the colour, you can actually use it as just a clear wrap and wind it up, because there's plenty of colour there. You'll see a nice, how it comes into it nice, you've got a nice colour through. But if you want to sort of emphasise that colour again, you can use a coloured pen. So you can use a brown marker pen in this case. Now the side it touches the fly is usually the side that I like to colour in. I mean, a permanent marker, it will stay coloured. Especially the life of the fly anyway. You want to make sure you start at the base. I need a new pen, it's getting a bit weak. So anyway, just rib our fly. There we are. Screw it in. Trim away. Now I've got a brown parapost here. This is a parapost from Full and Mill I'm using. Instead of using you want a dark thorax, so anything that can be black, that brown's a good colour. Anything that can darken the thorax down. You need especially when they're hatching, the thorax of the nymphs are quite dark. So you want to emphasise that and make sure you've got a good thorax. Now you can go back to the same dubbing. Just loosely put it on. So this is the rest of the dubbing there. I'm just going to lightly put it on. Bring my thread back towards the bead a wee bit, and then I'm going to work up to the thorax cover. Just spin it as you wind up, so it opens the fibre out, allows any guard hairs to spring out in any CDC, and just work your thread through it again. A bit more. It's fine. Now at this point you can actually just brush through. Oops, just make sure you hold the Velcro will catch it. Hang on to it, pull it down out the way, but just brush out some of the dub on either side. I'm going to bring this over. Just stroke back these fibres so they're coming down either side. It's a simple nymph. They should be simple. And then you can tie off. Now you can fold this back a wee bit. Just put some thread turns in front. Just build up your thread. Keep it dubbing in there. I'll not pull out, just a nice straight cut. Doesn't look as tidy, obviously. Now I'll go back to my dubbing, just a tiny wee drop. Don't want too much. See what it's like. It's fine. I mean, it's a rough fly, but see as it works. It's got a lot of movement in it. So it has. It's got lots of fish for me over the years. This style of fly anyway. This colour combination as well. Now, I like to come underneath. Take away the fibres underneath so that more leg in the sides than underneath. This fibre. Any fibres that's just a wee touch too long, you can take them out or reduce them back. There you go. Now the tail, I know it looks, it moves, put it that way. So anyway, I didn't want to tie the same again, as I say. I've used Coq de Leon in this one, I've used the CDC, so you can give a couple of versions. I didn't want to tie the same fly. If you do want to tie it, I mean, if you want to colour the bead up, you don't have, say, the brown bead, you can just a wee touch, I mean, this is going to move like, but you can darken the top down a wee bit. Or you can colour up the whole bead, it's up to yourself. You don't need to do it like, but it'll eventually wear out. But at least the gold bead's a good colour, copper works really well. So change the colour of the bead. Or if you can get the tungsten beads, then use them. But you can colour down that. There's lots of things you can do, it's just up to your own imagination. As long as you've got that sort of profile colour combination, you'll not go far wrong. So there you are. So I hope you enjoyed that. And again, thanks for watching.